Yo, what's up everyone? Today thought I'd do a video going through showing you what kind of hardware I use to trade on. I've got both a setup that I use when I'm trading from home and a setup I use when I'm traveling. I do value screen real estate because I like to look at different time frames and different stocks, and so for me, I find it really beneficial to have multiple screens. Um, Although I would say that I think a trading setup is very personal, and what works for me might not work for you. And it's definitely for me at least, a sort of a process of figuring out what works for you and sort of acquiring the different things along the way. I will show you a picture at the end of my trading setup when I first started, because it was nothing like this. I'm like 4 or 5 years into my trading journey, and sort of built this setup over time. But I started like nothing like this at all, and I did okay with that. It was perfect for learning on. So if you're looking at this and thinking I need to get all this, all this different equipment, you don't when you start. I certainly didn't anyway. Um, I would say a monitor helps rather than just trading on a laptop. But yeah, monitors are relatively cheap. I'm sure you can get one for £100, $100 or something like that, maybe even less. So yeah, firstly, this is the setup I use when I'm trading from home. So you can't tell, but this is actually a standing desk. Um, I don't like sitting down all day. I end up getting my back ends up hurting, and yeah, I like the opportunity to stand up and work standing up for the majority of the day, really. And then I've got like a little stool that I'll put away under the desk and pull it out when I want to sit down. And yeah, that's what works for me. So that's quite an important thing to mention, really, because such for me, it's absolutely essential. It's got like one of those winding mechanisms. It works pretty smooth. I could have got the electronic one, but I thought if the electronic thing breaks, I'm not going to be able to fix that. Whereas a winding thing just seemed more durable to me. It probably was the wrong decision though, although it's still working. Right. So this is my main screen. It's a up before I go on, I'll probably go through the software in a different video, because there's more to it. Like in terms of the software, it take a bit longer, I think. This is my main screen. It's a 24-inch Asus. I can't remember which model it was. My friend actually bought it because he was going to start to trade, and I just ended up having it off him. These two Samsungs either side. I think this one, oh well, one of them was my. These are 22-inch, and one of these was my first monitor that I ever bought to trade on, and I still use it today. I think I remember when I bought it. If I think back, what was important for me was one, the price. It was not an expensive monitor at all. I don't know exactly what model it is, but it's pretty cheap. But what's important is it could be rotated on its stand. I didn't know at the time that I'd end up with this setup. I just kind of saw that other people had their monitors rotated, so I thought I'd get one that can rotate just in case in the future it needs to. Or did I just get lucky? I might have just got lucky. I can't remember. So yeah, two 22-inch monitors and one 24-inch monitor. And I do see this is quite a compact setup when compared to other traders. I think other traders have massive, I don't know how many inch monitors, and then they'll have a monitor above here as well, and these will all be like 32-inch, and that's great. That's what works for them. But for me, I did consider that. I did consider, sort of upgrading like the whole setup to bigger monitors, but I chose not to, because my neck starts to hurt. I never sort of had that issue before until I started to trade, and then looking at screens like that, and looking all the time, especially when the market's busy and I'm trying to look at a different time frame, and I don't realise my neck's like that for long periods of time. I started to get really some neck problems. They're much better now, but it was sort of, for me, I knew that it wasn't a good idea for me to buy bigger screens for that reason. Now, I don't know how that sounds to people, really. I never thought that. I never really had to consider that kind of thing before I started to trade. If I was working on a laptop, it would just be, one screen dead ahead. But working with this sort of amount of space, for me, what was something that I had to consider in regards to my neck. Now that I mention it, one thing that what I wasn't going to speak about, but I will, for my neck problems. I don't have any problems now, but I use this on a daily basis. I actually put it round here, and it just sort of, if I end up looking like one of the top screens in the top corner for an extended period of time, or even like that, there's only so much I can rotate my head, and I found that it really does help, and I think that's one of the main reasons sort of my neck issues sort of subsided. So if anybody out there is having issues with their neck, I would really recommend that. Yeah, they're not expensive either. So there's those three screens, and this is a MacBook Pro M1 Pro Max chip, 64 gig RAM, which is a bit of a beast, very powerful machine. I definitely didn't. It's a slight overkill, I think, in terms of what the power I need, the RAM that I need to trade. But I wanted to it was better safe than sorry from my perspective. Again, when I started trading, I didn't have a powerful machine like this. I'll show you what I originally had, and it works pretty well, to be honest with you. So you definitely don't need to go out and spend like £4,000 on a laptop or something. I would wait until you are making money consistently and you can justify the upgrade. I think once you're making money at trading, these sort of expenses sort of don't seem such a big hit. So I would kind of definitely advise just taking it slow. You don't need to go and get all this equipment to start with. So this little portable monitor on the side, this is a new addition, actually. I did have the portable monitors, but I only used them for traveling. But what I found is that I wanted to have the chat up all day. So if somebody alerted something, I could have a quick look. So I decided I had the brainwave of connecting up a portable monitor, which is what I use this for. That portable monitor is by UPerfect and model P1. Now I did try various different portable monitors, and this was the best one. It is powered. You can power it just off the MacBook, and just from the USB-C connection. And my issue with some of the other portable monitors that I tried was they were too dark. I couldn't see I couldn't read the figures on the screen. So I looked for something with a really high lumen count, and this is like 500, which is pretty high, and it does an absolutely fantastic job. I'm really pleased with those portable monitors. So that's the, I don't know if you can see that. That's the user guide. So you want to look for that brand if you are interested. So yeah, that's pretty much my hardware. Yeah, again, I think the software I'll go into it in a different video, but that's the hardware. I took a little selfie for you there today, so you can see me on it. um, this is my portable system. That so I think in 2022 I decided to go traveling in Thailand, and I know that I like to travel. I like to trade with various screens. I'm not comfortable just trading off a laptop, so I bought these portable monitors, and they did a pretty good job, to be honest with you. It's not the same as trading from home, but considering, I was sort of, I think I had to do quarantine. I did have to do quarantine when I went to Thailand, just because I traveled like during the middle of everything, and I knew I wanted to trade for that 2 weeks. I was in the hotel, so I was like, yeah, hook this up. Bought some portable monitors, and yeah, they did a pretty good job. Like I say, not as good as a home system, but considering like other side of the world in a hotel, I'm really really pleased with that. They fold away amazingly, so that was my whole portable system, including my laptop at the time. Could fit that all in a rucksack pretty much. So this stand here, where is it? Oh, so many here. This is like a stand. It's not like a stand. It is a stand. That the design on it's amazing. So you basically can fold it away flat. I don't know what the brand is for that. I've probably got it somewhere, but I don't know. You have to Google around for that one. You sort of you twist it and it sort of opens up. Which I use to have the laptop, so the screen on top of the laptop. So yeah, finally, this is me when I first started trading. Actually, probably not even first started. I was probably like, I don't know, like less than a year, I think. But yeah, still very new. And that's how I started. I just had one monitor. I couldn't really afford to buy a standing desk, so I went out to the standing desk I've got now. So I think it's in English. I can't remember how much I paid. Probably about, I don't know, at least 200. Probably more. It might have been like 4. I don't know. But I couldn't afford really to do that at the time, so I went out and bought some wood and just just made a standing desk for like 30 quid or something like that. And it kind of saved my back a little bit. This laptop, and that was one of the monitors I was using when I first started. I think I actually, there's some sticky notes on there and stuff. That was my first monitor. I think I might have borrowed my first monitor from somebody before I went out and bought one. This laptop here that I used to trade on, it'd be very old now, but it was still old when I started trading. So you don't need to go out and buy a new laptop. It was a MacBook Pro 16 gig, but it was a really really old model. It must have been, I don't know, maybe close to 10 years old. It was. Maybe 8 years old or something like that. I don't know exactly, but it did the job. It really did. It powered everything I needed to power, and and I traded on that for quite some time. So, yeah, my point being, I guess, that you don't need to go out and spend all this money when you first start. It does help, like the equipment does help at a certain point, but I think when I first started, having that many things to look at would probably have just overwhelmed me, to be perfectly honest with you. So yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you find it valuable. I'll try and do a lesson on the software that I use at some time in the future. All right, cheers. Bye bye.